So today there's a bunch of enemies coming in and we have a keyboard here that we can decorate to defend it. And by decorate, I mean literally placing down the keys on the keyboard because this is incredibly empty. We can also get the space bar in here, which should help. So we start the first wave, and then the enemies slowly march their way down, and then when they get close enough, the keys will start shooting at them. Thankfully, taking them out pretty quickly, and then once this heart meter over here fills up, hopefully before they reach the health bar at the bottom over there, okay, thankfully, yes, the wave is done. So because there was 5 keys, we get 5 little hearts to spend, and we can use those to thankfully buy another pack of keys, so hopefully get more. Okay, 2, that should be pretty good. So we can add those to our keyboard for extra benefit. I think we need another key over here, and then maybe one over here just to fill in some more gaps. Now there are some different styles of keys that we could do, but I think the basic ones here should do good for the initial couple of waves. Once we get more of a keyboard filled in, we can start to play around with some different synergies. But thankfully, the first couple of waves are very quick, so we don't have to waste too much time with them, and then we get the benefits. More keys, more hearts, it all goes good. Sadly, not enough to buy another pack of keys, but we can buy some upgrades here, or the illusion of choice. Range or range? Range. Well, either way, more range is always good, and the spacebar has a lot of range because it's such a large key. Oh, and they really like to stack towards the left side this wave. That's fun. Hopefully the 2 keys over here can deal with that quickly enough. It looks like they do. The keys can block the enemies for a little bit, but they do have their own health, so we should make sure they don't get too close. And we can buy another pack of keys. Please get 3. No, it's just 1? Really? Oh, fine, we'll use it. Not really sure where the optimal spot is to fill in right now, but we can move these around later, so let's just put one right in the middle. Or we should probably have been filling in some of the gaps here. At least there's keys in the way of all of these enemies, so they're probably not gonna make it. And sure enough, they don't. Ooh, yes, another pack of keys. Please get 3. 2 again? Fine, we'll just save up the rest of them. Put this in maybe here? That's kind of close. Let's have the keys be next to each other. And then over here as well. So that should be pretty much all the gaps filled in. I'm not really sure anybody can fit in here, but that big guy is definitely trying to squeeze in somewhere. He's also got a little guy that he's kind of protecting. Didn't protect him very well. And thankfully that big guy is worth a lot of heart meter points. So that wave was also pretty quick. And we are tragically just shy of buying a perk. But in that case, more keys. More keys, more defense, more heart things every time. It all works out. And now we almost have the entire middle row of keys here filled in, at least as far as like the standard size keys go. But it does seem like the enemies might be getting a little more health here too, so it's a good thing that we have enough keys to shoot them all. And we get 15 there. Ooh, yes, more keys. Oh, we could have bought a perk pack. I didn't see that. Oh well, more keys is always good. So now all of these are filled in except for the apostrophe. Don't mind me having to casually remind myself of the keys IRL. And there they go, favoring the left side again. So maybe we should stack them more towards the edges. Thankfully, that was very quick. Okay, now before I miss it, we will buy a perk pack, the cheaper one, because it pretty much gives the same options. Oh, chance for projectiles to critically strike. I think I like that idea. So that goes right over there. We can only get so many perks, but I think this is a good one to start with. Oh, now they're heavily favoring the middle. Good thing we have a few keys stacked up here kind of in this area. They're starting to damage the keys a little bit more, but thankfully not terribly enough. Ooh, we could buy another perk. And they're both 20. That's fine. Illusion of choice yet again. Quick aim. Keys react faster to new enemies entering its range. That could be good. Burst shot or, ooh, key synergy. Adjacent keys reload 25% faster. I like this idea because there's a lot of keys next to each other. Key alone weak, key together strong. And thankfully they are strong. They are noticeably firing a lot faster. A lot more enemies are being taken out. That's so good. But now I think we're at the point where we should probably have more keys going on, just because I feel like I want more money. And let's get some more adjacent keys going on here by filling in out from the middle here, maybe? I think that should work. Unless they start to favor the left side again, which it seems like they kind of are, but we are currently on wave 10, and there is a bigger enemy here, but he's not as big as the first one. So I think this is working a little better. Although that key, yikes, is taking so much damage. Oh dear, wow. This is not working nearly as good. They made it down to the health bar. Oh, thankfully every individual enemy doesn't do too much much damage, but yikes, that really opened up. And it's opening up even more. Oh dear. Please take them out faster. Wow, that didn't work nearly as good. It seems like the enemies are starting to get a little more health here and maybe do more damage to the keys as well. That's a yikes. Let's get more keys. Thankfully, the ones that went down will come back. Oh, we only got one? But at least let's use that to fill in over here, just so that's better defended. And then wave 10 is done, so it might go back to normal stuff, but now the enemies are a lot more spaced out. And I'm not sure how often the critically strikes really are happening, but thankfully, the normal waves don't take nearly as many enemies to go down to complete it. Yikes, that wave was bad. Maybe we should invest in some more upgrades or another perk. Let's get another perk so we can get keys freeze enemies in place for a time. That I think would be good. Or keys deal more damage to the closest enemy. I think having them freeze enemies in place is gonna be helpful here. So the enemies get shot and then they are not freezing in place. Oh, some of them are. Okay, that's helping a little bit. Although it's not the enemies that I wish were being frozen. This key's about to go down. And if a key goes down, that's money wasted. Okay, thankfully all the keys survived. But I think we're kind of due for another upgrade now, especially to damage. And we could re-roll for free to see if there's something cheaper that we can get. And there is another upgrade for more reload speed. I like that. The illusion of choice strikes again. Oh, they're really stacking in the middle again. Thankfully, we have a lot of keys there. So hopefully that pack gets thinned out by the time they reach the keys. Thankfully they do. Oh no, that one's making it through. Shoot him, please. Oh, he made it through. That's annoying. I guess we are gonna need another key there. Thankfully we can afford this one. Oh yes, and there's the 3. Oh, good. So let's complete the row here with a big key on the end, and then, oh, where should they go next? We could fill out more from the middle, but since they do like to favor the left, let's get more defense over there. At least I've noticed more waves where they're on the left side than not, and now they're stacking a little bit Space Invaders-like. Thankfully, they're spread out enough that we can hit them all and then take them out pretty much at the same time. And then this is also wave 14, so the next wave is gonna be particularly tough. Thankfully, we have a lot of currency to work with, or at least a decent amount. Ooh, we can't buy all of these, but we can buy 2 of them. Let's get more keys for sure. So there's 2 there, that should be fine. And then upgrade, let's take the cheaper one, just so we can save more. Oh, more damage or more reload speed? I think more damage for sure. So now those keys can go in, I think they would be better here at least. And then this one here, which is the alt key, can be a support over here. Hopefully this works out. Another pack in the middle, and oh, I didn't realize that they didn't need to be shot to be frozen. That would explain some things. And thankfully the damage upgrades are paying off, but our keys are starting to get an even spread of damage now, which isn't good. And I think that means that they might all start to go down at the same time, but thankfully that was a lot better than wave 10. So let's reward ourselves with a perk where, ooh, more reload speed, so we can stack that for 50% faster firing or 50% more range. I like this idea. And wow, that is a huge increase to range. Look at this space bar. Wow, that covers almost the whole battlefield. I really like that idea. So now hopefully we should get a little bit more of a break now that we're not dealing with the boss wave, but there are still starting to be some stacks of enemies, and we still need to take out a fair chunk of them to move on. But thankfully the collection rate is pretty consistent. But let's definitely get more keys. 3 keys? 2 keys. And then maybe another upgrade for, oh, more range, more damage. The range upgrade we just got, I think is better than the initial ones here that we get. So let's get more damage, especially because we're always gonna need more damage. Now this gap here is kind of bothering me, so let's fill that in. So it's kind of a wonky keyboard, but we're slowly filling it in. And we're able to do this without really needing to specialize any of the keys either, which could be good, could be bad, but we could definitely do with more. Ooh, 3 keys this time, yes! And then we can still buy another upgrade. And we are starting to get some keys that consistently go down, so I think now's the time to get some more HP of the turrets. So we can get more keys here, and then 1, 2 over there. And then should we swap around some of these keys maybe to be a little more specialized? We could start setting up every other one to be this one, which is a shotgun. Or maybe 2, and then that spaces them out pretty evenly, sort of. We can start with that and then see if that's good enough. They do have slightly less range, but they also benefit from the range increase, so that should be just as good as well, especially for tight clumps like this. And sure enough, it does do good. I don't even think they got close there. Oh, really? This perk pack is 38? Should we get another perk right now? I kind of want another perk right now. Thankfully, we can afford this one. And there's enemies near a key move slower. Ooh, I kind of like that idea. Bullets pass through an enemy. I also like that. I like all of these. I think the piercing is gonna be especially good for the crowd control we need, especially because some of the enemies like to stack on each other. On to wave 19 for us. See, there's some of the stacked enemies. So the piercing is especially good, taking out 2 of them at a time. And wow, that was super good. Oh, would you like to pay 11 hearts for a key pack or 23? Could we get 2 of these? We could get 2 of these. So there's 1 key there, and then 1 key there. That was the worst possible outcome. It's like paying for bonus dice in Mario Party, and then you just roll lower than a standard dice roll. But now it's wave 20, so we have a few more of these bigger enemies to get through with more health. Thankfully, the shotguns are really good at specializing at taking them out. Or, I don't know if it's really specializing, but they do take them out. We are starting to get a lot of enemies on the left side here. Oh, yikes, they're making it through, kind of. We need to take out so many enemies to clear this wave. There goes the shift key. Okay, that's gonna hurt, for sure. Yikes. Can we please take out the rest of them? And can we guard this side better? Please take out that one, I beg of you. Take him out, take him out. Wow, that was terrible. But the heart is almost filled up, so we just have to hold out. As more keys are starting to get damaged, but I think ultimately we'll be okay. Ooh, that one almost made it. We are starting to take a little bit of damage, but we are still holding out. We could buy these here, or just 1 perk. I think we need 1 perk. And oh, what is this one? Speed loader. Increases reload speeds by 50%? Oh, or leeching. Heal for a small amount every enemy hit. That also seems good, but let's take more reload speed. Okay, quite a few keys went down there. I'm not happy about it, but thankfully we're onto normal stuff. That's a lot of enemies out the gate. Thankfully we're hitting the enemies behind them, so that helps to clear them out a little bit more. Oh, good. But man, they really start to stack up there. We are doing good though. All the piercing is paying off. Yes. And then, yes, oh, good. I don't think any actually reached the keyboard. Maybe 1 or 2. But let's reward ourselves with more keys. Please 3. Nope, just 2, of course. But having just 2 keys over here, especially wide ones, doesn't seem to be the way to go. So let's fill in down here, maybe? I don't really like the sides being as vulnerable as they are. And of course, the thick clusters of enemies move over to a different side than the one I'm working on. But thankfully, all the keys over there are still taking them out well enough. It really makes me wonder what the benefit is of the second type of key, which just shoots vertically. Maybe that'd be good for the back row here, but I like that they can like spread out a whole bunch. We're also getting a lot of hearts out of this, which is good for buying more keys. Oh, there's the 3. And then let's reroll once. Let's also get some upgrades. We can actually get both upgrade packs. More health for sure, and more damage, yes. So now all of the 3 bottom rows of keys are filled in. So now we can start to stack up to the tab key there, and then work on the next row, which hopefully will go fine. I almost wonder if it would work if every single key was in and then they were all shooting vertically. That should cover all the bases, I would think. But also this is covering all the bases very nicely as well. And we get so many points for doing this too. How many keys are on a keyboard? At least like the little bit that actually people use. I don't know, but it's a lot of them. More perks. And what is this one? Knockback. Oh, I kind of like that one. Or we just double their reload speed, but we fire often enough that I think the pushback would be extremely helpful. And there isn't a whole lot of blank areas to remove before the wave starts, so that's kind of a fun thing. And sure enough, we can see the knockback happen. And with all the shots happening, they cannot get past a certain point. Well, they almost do, they sort of don't. Either way, this is way better. None of them even got close. Those perk packs are really expensive. Let's reroll, and that's slightly less expensive. Still can't afford them though. More keys. And 2, all right, that's kind of standard now. Now let's fill in this side here as well. That's the backslash. And then, I don't know, the delete key, because we're deleting these enemies. I'm sure I'll come up with a better keyboard pun by the time this video goes up. But also, the pushback kind of makes the clusters of enemies especially thick. So it's a good thing that we have the piercing as well. They're still not getting close enough to damage the keyboards, but keyboards, just the keys, but they get really close to it, especially to that tab key holding on for dear life. But we actually made it. And we have 55 heart points to use. So we can get keys and an upgrade, or just 1 key. Sure, let's re-roll. And get more keys. Hey, there's 3. Okay, that was more worth it. So now I guess we just fill in the next row of keys kind of like so. No real rhyme or reason to them yet, but the delete key can really start shooting early. I like that. Now, are we at the point where we need any more damage upgrades? Oh, that's a big line of enemies. Thankfully, it doesn't matter. All of these keys are working so well. Okay, let's get the upgrades here. More damage, and then I would like more fire rate, but I guess we can take more range. The delete key already has range that sticks out of the area, so that's good. But the thicker clusters of enemies are starting to be a little daunting. Thankfully, it doesn't matter as much. And we only have 3 perk slots left, but we can take one more. Reduce damage from basic enemies, that could be good, but keys near an enemy move slower. I honestly don't really like these all that much. But I guess we can have them move slower. And then more keys, just really want a full keyboard. Thankfully, 3 more keys is very good for that. And I feel like we can start to make some of these other keys, the more special ones like the shotgun here. Or could we make this whole back row the vertical ones? That would be good except for when they finally break through, but I kind of want to see it happen, even if the range is only to the edge of the keyboard. Maybe not that row, but this back one here, if we do every other like this, that might work. Just kind of messing around with some things. We have the time to do so. And they don't even get close enough for these guys to really even be used. That knockback is insane. I don't think I saw any of these guys shoot. Well, that means we're doing something right at least. Might as well get another upgrade for damage. Just stacking a whole bunch of damage. And I think we can just have a whole bunch of normal keys. That really seems to be all that we need to do to make this work. Unless the front line is all the vertical ones, just to make up for that loss of range. But man, a lot of them really stack up there. Good thing we don't need to take out every single one of them, just enough. And we unfortunately can't get both of those key packs, but should we take a perk? Might as well. Oh, even more range? I think I need this. So now the spacebar can reach all the way to the edge of the screen. Wow, and so can this row. I kind of want to try, in that case, having these keys be the vertical ones in this row here, and that one can reach all the way, just because I think this would be hilarious. Just shooting straight forward like this, and they do shoot 2 at a time, so that should be a pretty good wall that the things can't get through. I don't even know what these things are. They look like shorts. The crazy thing is this is also a boss wave, and they cannot get close. They're barely on the screen, and we're still just annihilating them slowly but surely. Look at how many are stacked over here. Oh, that is amazing. They can't even get through. Wow. More keys. I need more. 2, that's enough to fill in one of these gaps. Just like so, set those to normal, or we have one over there and then over here. Sure, just to build the wall. I don't even know what this guy's doing out here. He's just having a fun time. And so are the rest of them. Some of these keys aren't even shooting because they don't get close enough. So to that end, we could front stack the keyboard so we get all the number keys. Not that it really matters, that's so many enemies that just go away like that. We are getting pretty close to filling in the keyboard entirely. Let's re-roll and then, oh, no more keyboard packs. Let's save our money then. And then that makes another complete row of keys. So we just need, how many is that? That's not 10, that's 13 keys? 10 number keys and then 3 others. Now this entire line is still able to reach the edge of the screen, so that would be why they can't get anywhere near it. And the knockback and the fact that these are shooting 2 shots at a time, it's all working out so good. And surprisingly, the shotgun keys can still almost make it to being usable, but maybe that should be what the top row is shotgun things. And now we have 71 hearts to use. All the key packs, please. Even if it only gives 1. Another one. Okay, when I said another one, I didn't mean another 1. That perk pack cost 77? Wow. I know the prices are random, but wow. Well, either way, we can set all of these keys to be the shotguns, and they still reach the edge of the screen, so it's all being used. This is amazing. Even if it is very slow getting the enemies to actually go down, once they do, they go down en masse. And so many enemies are being frozen as well. Man, this is really turning into an idle experience, and I love it. More key packs. Okay, there's 2. I can live with that. Give me 3. Go for 3. That's not 3. I feel like this game is being really smart with me right now. Well, that's fine. I'm still the one winning. And all the shotgun keys are working beautifully as well. We should probably rearrange the shotgun keys down here so they could actually be useful. But everything is looking good. They are starting to get kind of close over here, but not really. They quickly get shoved back into line. Just hunting down all the key packs that I can. One again. And now the perk packs are all insanely expensive. I guess because there's only one perk slot left. And I'm not sure if we can replace the perks at all, but we also really don't need to. Now our keyboard actually kind of looks like a castle wall here, so that's fun. Oh, this is wave 35, so that would be why we need to take out so many enemies to continue. And I don't even see any big enemies. I might see one right there, but there really isn't very much. And we haven't even used all the upgrade slots here. That's the crazy part. And also the keyboard packs are starting to get crazy expensive too. Oh, why is it still 1? You know what, since I pointed it out, let's get another upgrade for, ooh, here we go, reload speed. And then I don't even know where to put this. Just put it right there, sure. It is really cool seeing the vertical line shoot all at once. That is intimidating, but in the best kind of way because it's on my side. So the meter fills up very quickly and we get a lot of points. Sadly, not a lot of keys. This feels like some sort of sham that I'm falling for every time, but hey, there's 3. We don't have too many key slots left. So we can fill in a couple on the outside and then work our way in because the middle is still pretty well defended. I can't even tell what's happening anymore because I can barely see the enemies. But some of the enemies are glowing red, or it looks like. Is that a thing, or is that just because they're taking damage? I have no idea, but we're still winning. Let's re-roll. Okay, hopefully you give 2 more keys. Yes! That's the whole keyboard! And we still have enough to buy an upgrade. 4 more damage. There we go, and there we go. The entire keyboard is filled in with really nasty bullet bill looking things. But it is working so well. These guys down here can't even get utilized properly. This row barely does, and that's only the big keys. I do also like that this is the clicky clacky keyboard. Not as clicky clacky as others, but at least it's not a membrane keyboard. Anything is better than those. But now we can spend all of the hearts that we get buying upgrades. More reload speed, don't mind if I do. More range, sure, let's get the whole keyboard involved. Hopefully, this middle row here can start to reach now, as long as it's the normal keys. And this one, not quite yet, but they do kind of sometimes make it down that far. Now we can still re-roll and not buy anything else. So why don't we just switch this over to the normal ones, just so they can reach. And honestly, the spacebar could reach with this, but don't really need to. It is just so fun to see the entire keyboard shooting in very symmetrical patterns like this. That is satisfying. And we're coming up onto another boss wave with wave 40, and we're still looking good. Very good indeed. Getting close to 100 hearts. Okay, since the perk packs are getting pretty expensive, 82, yikes. We're gonna take this before we no longer are able to. Another range upgrade? I kinda do want it, just so the entire keyboard can shoot. Hopefully it's enough for them all to do that. It's enough for these keys down here to reach, and all of them can reach on the entire screen now. The enemies can't even get to the screen. Get this top bar out of here. I don't need it anymore. I just want to see the enemies, but it's just shots going up into the ether. Oh, now the enemies are starting to go down. A whole lot of nothing and then something. I also totally forgot this was a boss wave, but none of it matters. And sure enough, all the keys on the keyboard are able to fire. Sort of. Some of them try to. I just see the little bright flash of a white pixel, and that's all I can see of these enemies. There were so many up there. I guess we just spend the rest of this time trying to fill in more things. The last wave, I think, might be wave 50. There's 15 more upgrade slots that we could try to fill in as long as we're careful with where we spend them. But those are also getting kind of expensive, so let's definitely take the cheapest ones. More reload speed? Sure. And then, as long as we can buy 2 perk packs per wave, we should be able to get it. More range, why not? So now this row, right above the keyboard, can reach all the way off the screen. And this is actually a good time to see how many hearts we get for a full keyboard, because 5 is a really easy number to work with, at least for my mental math abilities. So that becomes 61 keys? Really? Was not expecting an odd number like that. But there's another upgrade pack there, a little more expensive, but we'll take more reload speed. and then re-roll. Oh, can't afford that one. That one was a nice keyboard pack though. It is kind of fun to see all the shots from the normal keys going towards a singular point, and then the rest of them are just kind of super spread out. I honestly think we could change this entire keyboard now to these weird slug-looking ones. You know what, might as well. First, let's get more upgrades here, range there, and then re-roll. Oh, no range here. Okay, that's fine. And then we just start switching the rest of the keyboard over to this. This will turn into a beautiful firing line. And thankfully they can still reach the edge of the screen down here. And these don't quite reach as far, but I think they're still good. And you know what, spacebar as well. We'll keep the top row shotgun just because that can also reach. Yes, now it's just a whole bunch of shots firing straight up with great effect. Oh, but some of them actually do make it to the screen. Well, that's surprising. I guess because there isn't so many shots directed at them directly from here, but they're still being able to be kept away very effectively. I don't even know if they're technically taking enough damage to die there, but it's enough to win. And please give me more upgrade packs. No upgrade packs. That's really surprising. But we can keep it up with this. Seems to be working incredibly well. Although, I'll be honest, I might switch back once we get to wave 50, just because I want to make sure we can actually win that one. Although they are being able to be kept away fully with this setup, so maybe wave 50 won't be so bad. And we're running out of upgrade packs here. Also, just the line of bullets coming from the shotgun line is just so thick with bullets. There's like nothing that's spared when that happens. There are a couple of enemies still making it down this way, but they're not really getting close enough. And thankfully it looks like they still get taken down too. Now there's a bunch of enemies on the left, go figure. That just seems to be the running theme of this game. But now we're getting so many hard points, 232 there. There's the upgrade packs I was hoping for. And we should be able to buy a lot of them now. More range, sure. More damage for sure. And oh, I was hoping for more on this page. That's fine. Okay, there's only a couple waves left until wave 50. Why don't we see what having an entire keyboard of the shotgun ones is like? Because the second row here can still reach off the edge of the screen, and the third row still can as well. And okay, the big key over here does, but now they start to kind of fall away from being usable. But I think they'll still do a good job of keeping everybody away. There is still a wall of shots that happen, and then a whole bunch of intermittent ones for whatever reason. I think that's coming from the very edge of the keys here, but that means that they're still able to fire incredibly quickly. A lot more enemies are making it onto the screen being visible now, but that just means that the rest of the keyboard can get involved. And the round is also over very quickly, so there wasn't really anything to worry about anyway. Now, please give me upgrades. Thank you. And it's only health. All right, you know what? I'm just kind of worried about filling the rest of this out. We don't have a lot of opportunities to do so anymore. And it's a good thing that the shots do spread out like they do, because I kind of worry about there being like an empty pocket that the enemies can move through calmly. There is also a lot of them stacked over here without really much response, or at least none that really makes a difference. Okay, actually a lot went down there, wow. Never mind what I was saying. Ooh, yes, upgrade pack on the first screen. More range for sure. So the middle row, still able to be useful. This one, not so much. Reroll, yes, more upgrades. And more reload speed? More range. I really want these back rows here to be usable. The spaceport is very usable, obviously, but the rest of it isn't so much. Now we're on to wave 48. And man, when they start going down, the meter fills up so fast. It's still kind of surprising, but now we only have two more, or I guess only one more chance to get through all these upgrade spots here. There's one more upgrade pack here, and I guess more damage. And then, oh yes, two over here. That's not gonna fill it up entirely, but that's more than I was honestly expecting. More range and more damage. Okay, so we filled all of them except for 3 spots. That's not so bad. Actually, we do have one more chance to fill this out, but that means that we need 3 upgrade packs to fill this out. At least the extra damage means that they're going down a lot quicker. And hopefully we have a lot of points here to put towards those. Oh no, no upgrade pack here. And there's only one here. That's disappointing, but at least we can get more damage. And now, the moment of truth, wave 50. Let's reorganize all of these so they're not the scatter shots anymore. Getting all of the keyboard clicking sounds. Here's your ASMR moment. And now, should we put them all to be the vertical ones again? I kinda want to. Or I guess we can have them be the ones that still have range that sticks out of the screen. So the back row here, oh my gosh, look at the range of that space bar. It's almost the entire screen, top, bottom, and sides. That is ridiculous. But we can also shrink that to be the shotgun, and that's still useful. This one hits the edge of the screen there. That's kind of all I really hoped for back there. And then a couple more of these, just barely not hitting the top of the screen, just to make it, you know, a little interesting. We want to give them a little bit of a chance. Which, funny enough, means that we are not using the normal keys anymore, and 90% of the keyboard is all the spread shot ones, just because they have such incredible range, and then a couple verticals on the sides. I'm honestly okay with this. It should work fine regardless, unless there's like a giant thing that doesn't get knocked back, then that'd be terrifying. But it is going the same way as all the previous rounds, where there's no enemies on screen even. Oh, there's a couple over there. Come on down if you can. There's a whole bunch of area down here, although admittedly they do have a lot of health this wave. Nothing's died yet to fill up the bar. Oh, there they go. Now they're starting to. But man, that bar is filling up incredibly slow. If we were still struggling like earlier, this would not be going very well, but there is starting to be a lot more of them poking their little feet out. Thankfully, it's not enough. Oh, and we're starting to see some on the right side here. How nice of you to join us. Are we gonna get any in the middle, or is the middle just so chaotic? Is there anything large that's died yet? I don't think so. I think I see some things that are slightly larger, but nothing big like Wave 5 had. There's a lot of them over there. I'm kind of wondering how many enemies are gonna show up like back up here by the time this wave is done and then all the enemies go away. Because that's the way that this is going. And oh, yep, there they go. All of our keyboard fully pulled through. Oh, and we're getting more upgrades? Oh, don't mind if I do. More damage. And then re-roll. Yes! We can fill out the entire upgrade bar with more range, because sure, can the back row get involved now? Slightly, but we did it. Wave 50. And then it just keeps going? I did not expect it to just keep going, to be honest. I just know that there was like a special thing for like wave 15, 30, and I'm pretty sure it was 50. Well, now what do we buy in the store? I guess we could get more keys just to hold them onto the side here, because that counts for more income. Might as well do something with all of this. And of course, when the keyboard is entirely full, that's when I get more reliable 3s. Cause like, why not? This is where we get an extended keyboard with the number pad over here. Well, either way, I think we've kinda broken things to the point where nothing else that we do here really matters. Because this keyboard is set up to handle like every possible wave of enemies going forward. Unless they keep scaling and we get to a point where the damage that we do isn't enough anymore, but we're really not there. Because the knockback is also just keeping everything alive as it is. I feel like if we didn't have the knockback, it would be an entirely different story. But for all intents and purposes, I say we won today. Upgrading a keyboard from like nothing to a full array, and then being able to survive any wave of enemies that comes through. There's so many that die away there, but it doesn't matter because like none of the keys are going down. And yeah, I was right. There was a thing for wave 50, so we did it. CR60 complete. And then there's also other layouts that have like different key arrangements, which are interesting to be sure. And wow, that one would be insanely difficult. Only the big keys and then some little ones. There's so many open gaps there. But at least surviving all those waves gives us available points to buy some more perks, including some really fancy purple ones here. Causes a global freeze. Keys fire 1000% faster randomly. Wow. Okay, these are where the fun stuff is. So I think that does it for Keyclash today. Well, that was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sub to Intern.